Hello, hello. Welcome home, Market Mastery, the 1 hour in the market you need to make money trading, investing, and everything in between. We are going to go through a few things that you absolutely need to know. Number one, your SPY options trades for the week, bull and bear. You'll be prepared to make money regardless of the direction. And I'll tell you right now, that's more important than ever because we have a lot of volatility. So make sure you're paying attention here. Share this out, retweet it, tell a friend. We appreciate that. If you're in the Discord already, hit a comment, let us know you're here. If you're not, then join it. You can get that by going to the link in our bio on Twitter. I will be breaking down a few key names here. NVIDIA had a massive sell off. We are going to talk about the key levels that needs to hold in order for that to continue a long term investment along with a few other things. I will not be joined by Shai today because he had some, or as he says, his Bruce Wayne job came a calling, but he will be back for next week. So please share this out, file in, get your tickers ready. We are going to go through every ticker that you want to go through on our Smasher Pass. I just need to get this tweet out here and get cooking. I would love it if you could retweet the live stream. That would be huge. All right, let's get this up here. So we have the SPY chart. So let's talk really quickly before we get into it. Look at how we've been trading for the last however long, right? And today was very interesting. Gap down, and then the market got bought up. So fear and panic in the market, which was then filled up by buyers. Let's take a look at what that looks like so that you can trade this for the week. I think the gap is going to be our most interesting area. You can see that we've actually had that twice now, back in the middle of December, and now we got that same gap, which means there's going to be some crazy liquidity here right about I think we got a beautiful push up to 603. That's going to be the pivotal point, in my opinion, for this to hold in order for SPY to see more upside, or the downside is going to be into effect. So looking at this chart here, you can see that we got really one option for tomorrow on the bullish side. Let's look at it. So we're going to go the 15-minute chart here. I would definitely suggest you check that out. That's one of the best to look at. There's a QR code here at the bottom. If you want to get these trade alerts actively and you want to watch us trade live in the Discord, I recommend that you scan that code with your phone, or you can simply go to wop.com/pbalerts. So I think tomorrow, depending on how we open, we want to see this open at or around 599. When we do, we're going to be watching to see how it holds at that level. If it holds, we are going to look at the 603 calls to the upside. So again, on these expirations, you want to go at least 2 weeks out. I think that if this breaks out, there's potential for this to go to 606. This could be a breakout trade if it holds. I do like that we tested a new high into after hours. So our bullish scenario is pretty simple. It's aim for 603. We should at least test that as resistance. We want to go 2 weeks out on that expiration. We will definitely want to be very mindful and watch the price action. Again, that's why we're updating these price levels live in the Discord. Often we're live trading there. I highly recommend you do that. So these are our best setups for the week. Breaking down. All right. That's a great question. Honest to God, a dollar, man. Here's the thing. This is all about time in the game, and it's a law of compounding returns. So if you have $100 and it's sitting in cash, you might spend it. But also, if you have $100 just sitting there, it's becoming less valuable every minute it sits in cash. If that $100 is active in the market and you're, say, putting that in two or three different stocks you like that have 20% upside, let's say all three hit, right? You now have $120. Doesn't seem like much, but you do that 10 times and you have a pretty significant sum of money. So either way, I think it's just about starting, gaining the wisdom and the practical skills. Even if you don't have a lot of what you'd consider to be a lot of cash to inject into the market, learning the skill is the most important thing. So many people are going to get left behind in the next couple of years with the advent of AI and just seeing its implementation into high frequency trading and these algos running the markets. It's now making its way into business. And I think the ability for most people is just continuing to diminish to make money, to where if you don't catch this kind of stage 2 AI boom, you are going to deeply regret having zero exposure. It's kind of like when you look at people that, passed on Bitcoin at 3,000 a coin, right? They thought it was not worth it. People said they're stupid, and then here it is, 30x. So that initial $3,000 is now worth over 100. So if you follow our trades, I mean, that's the one thing I can tell you is that we've been crushing. This year has been exceptionally good, and we plan on continuing to do that. But before all else, I think I've had friends ask this, right? So before they put a dollar in the market, I would paper trade for 90 days and be good at it, be good enough at it to make money, and then put your capital at risk. Prior to that, you're really just asking for disaster. Either way, you pay the money to the market. You either give it to a market maker that flushed your stop loss and screwed you over, or forced you to panic sell, or you invested in yourself and your education. Those are your two options. Nothing else is worthwhile. So again, I put that link up there. I would definitely get in there. It's a free trial. You don't have to put anything on the line. There's a free Surviving the Stock Market PDF. I would highly suggest you use that. That's the good stuff. So hope to see you in there, my friend. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Let's get this chart back up. So that's our bullish scenario. Again, 2 to 3 weeks out, targeting 603. That'll be an easy win if that trade pans out. But if it doesn't, let's talk about the bearish scenario, which I think is ironically similar. I think the setup will be near identical. I think that price will hold here. Let me zoom in for you. I think price will hold here, and then it'll either test right here, 603. So the calls might pay off either way. But if it gets rejected, I think we're going to come back down and we're going to test the lows, maybe 595 or so, and trade sideways. That is, I think, an extremely likely outcome. Is this either gets rejected quickly and comes down, or it goes up to 603 target and then gets rejected. Either way, this trade needs to make sense. And that way, yeah, Mulus, good stuff. I would definitely join the Discord. You could message Porterhouse or Pookie's Revenge or some of these names you see on here. Tag them in the chat or DM them, get into the free chat, and at least that way you have access to the resources so you can start learning. You're already going to make it if you're doing paper trading before you risk your real money. I know you're going to make it. So it's just a matter of putting the time in. It really is. So that being said, that's our bearish trade. Again, 2 to 3 weeks out. I think I want to target 595 here. So again, if we get rejected here, I'm going to go 595 puts. If we break through here, I'm going to go 595 puts. Either way, the road ends with this, I think, cratering. So there's our bullish trade and our bearish trade. Again, make sure you follow our TradingView account. You can see the name right there. We publish these charts with the full analysis, and we write out these options trades so that if you're scared of missing it, if you follow us on TradingView, you'll be able to see all those. I highly recommend doing it. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to tell Shy to bump this for me. Mm-hmm. All right. Bada bing, Daniel, devil dogs, baby. Come on, baby. That's the goal. So that being said, make sure you follow this account on TradingView. That's where you're going to get these charts published and everything else. That's your bearish and your bullish scenario. I think that SPY is pretty straightforward this week. I mean, the gap down and then the push up was good stuff. I think that this is really materializing as a little bit of a range here. Yeah, I'm confident. I'm happy with that. Ooh, didn't see that. 600 might be a struggle then. Huh. But either way, I love this range. So when we're up here, we want to trade and aim for here. When we're down here, we want to trade and aim for here. Like, look at that. If you'd had these levels mapped out because you follow this account, you could have bought this wick 590 and wrote a $10 move up on some 0 days. It would have made you a killing. So keep that in the back of your mind. All right, let's focus here. Let's go to Tesla. We have earnings coming up. This is a good one to pay attention to. Porter, how come all the drawings are gone? Did you delete everything? They're all gone. They've been eliminated. Yeah, they're gone. What the hell? So for this, we're going to zoom out to keep in mind that Tesla has been cooking, and we're in a great position. We were buying this at 140 a share. So we are up a lot. But without a positive earnings readout, I think we very well could see a retest of 300 if we don't get a great earnings expectation. If we don't see Tesla just absolutely boom, I don't think that we're going to really see much of anything from Tesla. So keep that in mind as you look at this. There are earnings coming up. There's always risk with earnings. There's always a risk with earnings. And you want to be very certain that you are on the right side of this trade, not the wrong one. So I will be evaluating the options potential here, and we'll be posting those in the Discord. So again, if you're in the Discord, you will have access to those trades. If you're not, you won't. So that being said, keep this at the top of your mind. We could see as low as 300, 303. I think that would be an incredible long opportunity for Tesla. I think that we could then reevaluate an options position there. Right now, I just think the risk is too high with earnings coming up and everything else in the wings. I feel like this week kind of spooked a lot of people. The volatility was not great. And that being said, I think it's going to really put a damper on it. Anything that happens, more importantly, if Tesla comes correct and earnings are explosive, I think that could really rejuvenate the public opinion. Just like NVIDIA drove the market for so long, I think that Tesla can do the same. So we're going to wait and watch on those earnings. NVIDIA gap down today on the fears that what they are doing will be made minimal by some Chinese companies. Key breakdown here, though, I will say. The only other trend line I really care about for NVIDIA is right there. So I think it's worth being cautious here, because if it doesn't reclaim this, then it's more than likely we're heading back down here. The only other option, nope, already lost. So it's done. Yep. So be very mindful with NVIDIA. Be very, very mindful. because this chart falling apart here is not good. You can see volume has been trailing off ever since we went to these crazy valuations. So I think really just some of the juice might be squeezed on NVIDIA, and you need to be very careful. No, we're not doing Teslas, it's NVIDIA. So be cautious with NVIDIA. Like I said, selling off from here is a big move. We don't have much trend support. Technically, there's not much holding us up here. I think that we have a credible opportunity to get some cheap longs down here up this bottom support, but be careful. I don't know. NVIDIA is just it's an animal, and you need to always tread lightly, because when you trade downside in NVIDIA, this thing could claw back and climb. I think this was an overreaction personally, but it's just always worth saying that, like, I really think NVIDIA is at an interesting point here. We could see some significant downside, although I don't, and I'm still holding a significant position here. I think it's worth being said that I have been selling the 150 calls short against my position, and I'll continue to move down to probably the 130 calls now. I'll be selling those short against my position, just because right now, seeing this kind of weakness in the price without, like, ideally you would have seen this get wicked right back up, and you didn't. I think this one might just be a little tired. And you got to remember that buyers just do get exhausted at a certain point. And a lot of these people are up a lot of money buying this down at, pennies in the dollar compared to where we are now. So I would not expect a roaring market to come back in and push this price back up unless they have substantial development in their news pipeline or just catalysts in general. So NVIDIA is it's on wash for that downside. I think it's possible. You got long-term trend support. Look at that thing. Trading from nothing to this. I think it's caution should not be in the wind here, personally. I think that it's it's risky business. Thank you, paper-handed bear. Appreciate you. So on to the next one. I'll do it just because I know Shai would want to do it if he were here. But TMDX is very interesting. As we talked about, this level's critical. This $60 level, I love. And I think this is a buyer's level. Now, that is assuming that the news is not true. There have been some short reports that indicate like gang involvement and like selling body, like black market cartel affiliation. I don't know if that's true. Keep that in mind. Sounds crazy. And looking at this chart, I'd say I love this like $59 to $60 range, but like I also really love like buying this. I don't know, was that 55? And if it doesn't hold here, keep in mind it's going to the 30s. So again, if this is a name you want to hold long and you really like the story, I like buying here. But there would be an opportunity potentially to buy this at 37. I'd say that'd be a pretty stable opportunity. If it goes to 37, I will definitely initiate a pretty substantial position with a firm stop in place, and I would treat it like a momentum trade, position trade where it's all or nothing. I'm either going to be all in the position and it's going to get stopped out 100% of it, or position cooks and we're good to go. It will not be a position with DCA and all that nonsense. It's just buy it, hold it. Key level holds, we're good. Key level doesn't hold, we're done. On that note, our DNA options. We were trading options on this from down here. The price has doubled for this name, DNA. Ginkgo Bioworks. Those options are up 200%. Congratulations. If you'd like to get those options trades before they go 200%, the link is at the bottom to do so. I'm glad you said DNA because that popped in my mind. So looking at PayPal here, I think we're still in great shape. Again, another name that opened up, gap down this morning in pre-market, but the buyers came back in. This chart's pretty rock steady. Again, we built our bottom 58. If you guys recall, we were buying this down to 52. It went to 50.64. And then we talked about that breakout over, I think it was 69, 70 bucks was critical. That's what we got right here at 72. And it's been nothing but upside since. Those options are also up 200%. So again, If you want these options trades before they run 200%, the link is at the bottom. I'd love to share them with you. So get in there and get them while they're hot. PayPal, there's one other name I wanted to do. Which one was it? Oh, I wanted to look at the Qs. Qs, same setup, gap down, but Qs have something different cooking right now, as in the Qs are still on this long-term bullish trend. So there's definitely going to be some options potential with the Qs. We are going to be trading those as champions. If you guys are in the Discord, you got our passive options income play. We're going to do those every Friday, where we made a couple $100 just by selling options in like 5 minutes, and then we just sit and wait. We can look at Baba really quick. Oh, damn, it picked right back up. This is a position I closed a large chunk of it because it was spooking me. And the Chinese market has not looked good. It has not looked good. So some information was shared with me about China, and it scares me that their unemployment rate for 18 to 35 is much higher than anyone's talking about. They have an age problem and they have a labor problem. So Chinese names are very likely to get burnt by just bad overall economics. And we rode this one. Remember, we were buying this one below $70, and then it went to 117, I believe twice. I think we were buying it, maybe not then, but at least this run to 117. So it's pretty much a double your money, double your fun situation. Once again, if you like these trades before they explode, join the Discord. That's where we post them. The link is at the bottom. I don't think the age problem can be resolved like that. There's going to be a gap. There's going to be a 15-year gap, 20-year gap. So, it's Baba. Oh, another one that we should do just because in the crypto space. So, a lot of people were buying this. This brought a lot of new eyes into crypto. The Trump coin, baby. Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to tweet this out. It's hard doing one-man show here. I don't hate the consolidation. We're going to talk about that because this chart is interesting, to say the least. How many people here bought it? How many people here got in on that Trumptacular event? Anybody? Did anybody get in on this? We'll get in on this coin. I feel like most people did. So let's take a look at this chart. All right, so we get an objective view. Wow, look at that. So somebody was selling down to $2. What the hell? So here you've got this coin that is just going to continually unlock more supply as time goes on. As I understand it, the key unlocks happening 90 days after the launch. So if they launch January, that means by February, March, April, they are going to be launching or they are going to be unlocking a significant percentage of that supply. Oh, we need to get stocks buddy up in here. If you don't have stocks buddy, I highly suggest you get it. Best indicator in the business. The stocks buddy on the hourly went bearish. See where we're at on the daily. Super bearish. Weekly, no rating yet. But a great way to use this is on the 15-minute. It can be a little overwhelming, but I'd say a 4-hour will be good. So I agree with stocks buddy here. This thing needs to break 27 right now and not lose that white line there. That's your kind of critical support that you cannot lose. This one is very interesting though, right here. Problem is you can't stop out and the fees are ridiculous. So this one would be, I don't know. I just don't trust it, if I'm being honest with you. Like I just don't trust it. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't trust it. I don't trust that the launch is fair and equitable for most. I just don't trust really any of it. And those unlocks just they leave something open that I don't love. So I would tread very lightly with this one because I think that it's so dicey. So many people could get hurt on this. It's not even funny. And I don't want to see you guys get that. So, sorry, I was trying to look something up. I need to check if I still have any of this. So, if you're not in the Sad Boy server, you should be because we were talking about this when it was at $3. Wow, that meme dex one exploded. How about that? Okay. So January. Is that I sold it? Yeah, yeah, okay. So I sold a good chunk right there. Trying to remember if I that was just the 19th. So I think right now that this is actually pretty interesting. I got to give it some credit here. That should this break above 27, this actually is an interesting buy. So pretty much north of like 27.80. I actually kind of like it. I think it actually could be pretty good. Oh, let me actually, I could share that in the community. I totally forgot. Couldn't agree with that more, my friend. Yeah, those fees are ridiculous. See what I repped. For us, it's this level right here. This is the key, is just to keep holding the million. Just to hold this right here. That million right there. because as you can see, when this shit went crazy, went to 8 million, right about here from 800K. So if you follow my trading strategy, we are actually, this is a perfect bottom of range buy. Perfect bottom of range buy with resistance right here, 1.4 million market cap. I agree. I agree completely with the stocks, buddy. So basically, we've had, this was some douche that bought early. Then these were those bots that bought on the breakout here. And then this, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was that one big wallet. We ran to about 5 million again and it sold off. So yeah, it sucks, dude. But again, I've been building another position at 1 million to just like, it's stupid not to have it, in my opinion, for what it's worth. Um, this is a long-term project for me. So for anyone involved, the one thing I'd say is the mantra that I do is the money I put in here is not money I won't have to live without. This is not money I have to be afraid of losing. It's not money. It's not money that like I'm not gonna need to yank it out to pay my mortgage, right? Because that's the whole thing is locking that liquidity is key for this project. That's the biggest problem we've had is having one or two greedy little piggies. It is what it is. Um, they couldn't turn it down, so they had to take it. And that's the problem with crypto. But I'll just tell you this: with the rooms I've been in this last week and how that agentic AI is just cooking right now, I'm not concerned at all. I know we can tell by my disposition. To me, there's just an opportunity to make more money on the thing that I'd set up for everyone else to make money in the nonprofit. Now, hopefully, I can build a position to actually make some money on it too. We hit 100 million. So that being said, I'm a buyer at 1 million for what it's worth, big time. Oh yeah, but back to this one really quick. This one's gotta beat this candle, so it's got to go green, and then I'd be a buyer and I'd like it if it's like above 28 for Trump. I think it would be interesting. I think it would be pretty interesting. It would be a good opportunity to buy. So I'm going to be trading that one if we get that play. If we don't, we don't, and it is what it is. So keep it moving. All right, let's get back into it. I saw somebody mention, is it PL? Is that what you mentioned? Platinum Futures? Is that Rocket Games? Planet Labs? I saw the Viasat thing, so you're clearly following the Nancy Pelosi stock tracker, I'm assuming, because that name just came up on there. Oh, this is interesting. I'll be curious to see what Shy has to say about all of that because this is his arena. Oh yeah, you better hold above 515. That's it right there. Let's see. So yeah, this looks like it'll go on a retest of 8. Interesting. You'll have to have Shy look at this. I think this could be an interesting one. I wonder if they have options on this. Well, they do because names like this are, in my opinion, I'd much rather take, $100 options trade that could pay me 10x, then have to put, I don't know. Whoa, did he really? A few weeks ago? Damn, so you guys got a good deal. You should be doubled up by now. He's on top of it, man. He is. All right, let's get into it. Let's do a little smash or pass. You drop them, we go through them. Let's do it. It's game time. Oh, nice. You got it in 370? Damn. So if you do want these long-term growth picks, I would definitely recommend following Lee's Rest and Retire. It's been unbeatable. I just dropped the link in the chat, or just go on Google and search Penny Boys Rest and Retire, and you'll find it. He has absolutely crushed, crushed, crushed. I think he got Meta at 90 something. You got Palantir at 8. That went to 70. Meta went to 600. Literally, this one, he got it like 380. It went to 5. Like, trust me. Yeah, I know you're about that VSAT. Everybody's all about that. Nancy Pelosi shit, which makes sense. I mean, she's got Insight, Dexcom. What the hell do they do? Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. I'd pass on that until it hits 89. I think it's too risky. Let's see. Does it fit? Why, yes, it does. Interesting. Yeah, that's got to break. I think that this is potential of being range bound. Let's go back to the weekly. This has the potential of being range bound for a while. Looks like they exploded. I don't know what the hell they do, but I'll tell you that if this can't break 89, it's going to be range bound to 65. So I would definitely take that into account. Don't worry about what I'm doing. It's something I'll be working on, man. It's something I'll be working on. That's gonna be mind blowing because it is. It's basically Fibonacci visualized. I had a supposition, if you will, and it's turning out to be correct. So it's just a very visual way of being able to understand price movements and make projections based on the visual cues so that people that are more visual learners can trade a little better and know what they're looking at. So it's a little private quench I've been working on. It's kind of wild. I'm not going to lie to you how accurate it is. It just further defines to me that it's all tied together, baby. So it's just a way for visual learners to get in there and have a much better understanding of what's going on. Pitney Bowes. I thought this was, I'm not going to lie, I thought PBI was Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Is this the one that pays the dividend that you guys are always doing the wheel on and rest or retire and all that? Interesting. Yeah, this is an interesting spot for the long above 760. You got a lot of upside there. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the hell they do, but that matters. But I would say, technically speaking, there could be a lot of upside here. See, Stocks Buddy says Stocks Buddy's bull. Interesting. Stocks Buddy gave again. So if you don't have this indicator, this one gave you the bull trade alert at $3. It's basically 300%. If you don't use this indicator, you are just kicking yourself in the nuts on repeat. So don't do that. Stocksbuddy.com, baby. Let's look at this one. So I'd say that one's a smash above that. Oh my God, look at that. Ooh, Stocks Buddy went bear, but bullish on the daily 26. I bet the weekly. This one's stupid. Damn, Stocks Buddy on the weekly went bullish twice at $7. First time went to 37. That's a 500%. Next time went to 48. That is a 700%. That's a 500%, then a 700% banger using one indicator. Why are you not using it? These are the questions we all wonder. This one looks a little crazy for me. This could absolutely keep going if the nuclear narrative continues. But I would say that this is among the highest risk categories because it's entirely narrative driven. And I don't know how many are actually real competitors in the space. I met with these guys that are actually a part of one of the public companies, one of the few that actually has like the micro nuclear energy things that are going to supply power for AI and the advancement of software. There's only like 3. So I learned that most of them are bullshit, but there are 3 that are real and have the technology and have the contracts in place. Those 3 are going to win. So the key is making sure you know those 3. If you don't, I would definitely subscribe to Shai's newsletter because he breaks that stuff down all the time. Just go to our I don't know, or go to Shai's Twitter, Stocks Heavy Shai, and the link should be in his bio. We could do Old Cooler. They're friends of mine. We help them with a lot of their media strategy stuff. They're good. They're good people, man. They got beat down for a while, but they're cooking now. Went as high as 562. This one also has a lot of strength on Reddit. So I tell you, above $1.79, I'm just gonna fall Stocks. But he lead, I would smash on this above like $1.75. That's the key, Mr. Devil Dogs, is drawing the circles without that judgment. What is this, Bennett Park? Is this what we were talking about like a week or 2 ago? And I was asking about the options chain. Oh yeah, you like that. Inverted head and shoulders. I like that. This is delightful. Good find. Ooh, we're definitely going to put a trade out on this. So check in on the Discord. I'm going to definitely put a trade out on this. Let me check right now. So if you want the exact trade details, get in the Discord. That's where it'll be posted. Live updates. So you never wonder and you never worry. Although I am concerned with that right there. That's the only thing. I would love this above 8. That would be like a real delight above 8. I think that would be quality. Let's take a look here. PNNT. Yeah, I can see this back down at 6 again. Looks like it's a great buy below 6. It just always goes back down to 6. Let's see. I think I'm gonna see if let's put a starter out there. All right. I bought a couple shares at 6.96 too, just to watch this thing. But the way you're really gonna win with a name like this is the options chain, and there's an option for September that I like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm gonna be posting it in the Discord uh, for you guys. Um, I will probably. Should I post it? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, Lee. I'm gonna post it in Lee's channel because I feel like that's the most appropriate. All right, let me put this in there for you guys. Look at how this has been trading. Let's see here. The watch list. Not showing me any price history. It's like it's not trading. Oh, zero volume, zero open interest. What the hell? How is that so? I guess if we went June. Oh God, this is stupid. My God, what is going on with this options chain? This could be an absolute banger. Why are these not? Wow, I think I might have found something golden here, ladies and gentlemen. Might have found something golden. Okay. This could be a huge trade. This could be huge, man. I put the link in here for everybody. Let me get the link for you. I'll drop it here too. If you have any trouble seeing it, let me know. BLDR. Oh, that does look really interesting. It's right in line with trend of just building materials in general becoming more expensive. But Question is who's going to pay for them. I'm assuming the California fires kind of reignited that trend. Yeah, maybe if this pays a dividend, I could see this definitely being a good long. I'll definitely give this a smash as long as it maintains trend, which it's held since 2022. So I'd say that's a strong trend. Wow, this was down at pennies. Mortgage crisis. If only you had money then. So look at this. Even people that had a few, like if you had 10,000 in the stock market, you went up 1,000% if it was diversified across some good names in like basically in 10 years. That will never happen again for you or I. We will not receive that luxury. The mortgage crisis crash drove down some unbelievable names. That again, to look at this, it went from pennies in the dollar to 200 a share. So that's 2,000. No, is that 20,000x? Is that 20,000%? If you're buying this at the bottom at like $2, 100x would be 100x. Still, that's insane. Your $1,000 worth 100 grand, guys. That will never happen for us. If you're just starting now, or you're recent, if you're under the age of 40 and you didn't have the ability to have money in the market in 2012, it's a stock picker's world now. You have to be able to weed out the names. Versus back then, you could pretty much throw a dart, buy anything, and make money. That doesn't exist anymore. You have to have the best research. You have to pick the best names, and you have to pick the right time. Shai said it best, that the fundamentals teach you what to buy, technicals teach you when. That's why we give you both. Because without that research, you are going to get left behind, and it's going to be very difficult to make money in the markets. So we'll look at one more because I got to meet with Nico, and honestly, my voice is gone. Home Depot. Again, if you were a Joe Schmo who had 5 shares of this, 5 shares, post-mortgage crisis, and you bought them at 25, okay, you put in $100, you now have $2,000 on the table. Let's say you were a little more established and you put $1,000 in, you bought 50 shares. Congratulations. You now have 20-something thousand. So again, the stock market is the vehicle by which your cash no longer depreciates, but you have to pick the right vehicle for it to be in. Cash, when sitting, becomes less valuable every second we talk about it. If you continue to just hold cash and not participate, you will get screwed. Everyone should be a market participant. Everyone. And I would argue that our only opportunity like this, buying the bottom and getting an insane run, is with some of these software and some of these AI names. I really think it's important right now to evaluate your status as a person. Where am I? Like, how am I doing right now? How much do I have invested? Say you make good money, right? And you have 10,000 invested, but you have 15,000 in cash. That's something I would genuinely think about because it's a substantial sum of money. Now, by no means is it worth throwing every dollar in, because it's good to have liquid cash. It's good to have emergency funds. It's good to have all these things. But unfortunately, for most people, they just miss this point because it's not taught. People aren't educated. They don't want you to get it. They don't want you to have this. They don't want you in the markets. They don't want you making money. They want you buying the products. I put as much of my money in investment vehicles as I can because it's the only way inflation doesn't pillage me. The only way. When I have cash, it becomes less valuable every second I hold it. The US dollar is the most inflationary currency that we could possibly have if you're in the United States. It's terrible. And your purchasing power is dwindling every moment. So, I mean, you guys know, like, well, it was less than $1 to buy a carton of eggs a few years ago, right? It's like $3-4 now. About organic, it's even more. How have the costs increased? They haven't increased that much. They realized they could charge you whatever they want and get away with it. That's something I wish everyone would wake up to. They realized during COVID they could jack the price up exorbitantly and you would still pay for it. And then they did a case study, a test. If we continue to charge this amount, let's see how sales do. Because again, if you're charging 3 times as much, You could sell one-third the amount and still make the same amount of money, actually save money on production. I'm sure you can cut staff, you can make even way more money. But what they found out is that they're consumer staples. People are just going to buy them. So now they've realized that they can get away with charging you 3 to 5 times as much, and you're gonna eat shit and pay for it. I hate to say that. So charts like this, I don't think there are many left. See that kind of move. I think we've covered most of them. You're already in IonQ. We got that at $4 or $5. Credit to Shy. Palantir, you got it at 7. Called that. Robinhood, I think it was a great name. Technology driven. I think they're the best when it comes to brokerage. I'm not saying it's great tools, but as far as onboarding new investors and holding cash, they're doing a great job. Their marketing is exceptional. Their user interface is great. They're new. They're going to win. There you are. So it's not that, in my opinion, most of these stocks have not really, nothing's changed. Like these names haven't depreciated, some of them. But again, they carry the value while the US dollar diminishes. So at the very least, you need your money parked in these so you just don't get left behind. I'm not saying you'll get ahead. I'm saying this is how you at least don't get left behind. Names like NVIDIA, some of the ones that we absolutely crushed, post split price, I was buying NVIDIA at $10 to $14 a share and talking about it. Again, we're buying Palantir at $7, $8. It went to 70. You have to be buying the right names. This is the ultimate stock pickers market. If you're not, you will get screwed. You can have your name in the general indices like the SPY and the Qs, and it will hold value as it goes up, right? That's all it's doing. Those, in my opinion, nothing's really growing all that much except for the hyper growth names that are super computing or cloud computing based or software based. They're just maintaining pace. But the dollar isn't because your purchasing power is getting crushed. If you want to do a deep dive into that, I would look into currency debasement. It's not even inflation, it's currency debasement. And that was the argument with a lot of the early Bitcoin guys. And again, we were telling all of our subscribers that we were buying that at 17,000 a coin. And then I did it again at 30,000 a coin. Then we did it again at 54,000 a coin. Rocket Lab, there you go, another one that we grabbed off the bottom. I think we got it at $3, $4. It went to 30 something in a matter of weeks. So that took my, I don't know, $2,000 that I put in there, something like that, and it turned it into 10. So if you're not in, I don't know what to tell you. This is not financial advice, but I'll tell you, I will make sure that I'm in. And I will make sure that I am desperately researching the best names to have my money parked in the right places at the right time to capture the maximum return. And if you subscribe to our stuff, whether you're in Penny Boys, Rest and Retire, or more, we'll take care of you. We love you. Our job is to serve you. So we'll continue to do our best. My voice is gone. I love you. As always, you can DM me if you have other names or other questions, whatever. Please hit me up. I'll do my best to respond quickly. Get in the Discord if you're not in it. That's where the magic happens. I love you. Stay blessed. Ta-ta for now.